I had to think about the kind of thing that I'm trying to achieve for the photo shoot day tomorrow. And I've planned out what it is exactly I need to do, um, and what I need to do it. So, the first thing is the kind of look I'm going for. So I need photographs for the website mock-up as well as for the website mock-up as well as um, as well as the promotional magazine spread. So they don't necessarily have to be very different in the way they look, because after looking at the designer websites and the bespoke jewelry websites and how they present the products to the client, it looks quite editorial also. So the look I'm going for tomorrow is fashion editorial, because that's what the images are like in magazines like Vogue and 10 Men and Bazaar and high fashion magazines, basically. So in order to make it look editorial, I really need to be styling it correctly and have the correct lighting and the correct poses, and the correct background. So the first thing is that I've already chosen my model. I already chose them at quite an early stage in the project, because their natural look is very fitting to the aesthetic of my jewellery, and the fact that he has a beard and has this very rugged look, I much prefer, because it shows that you don't have to be you don't have to look feminine to wear jewellery if you're a man. You can wear jewellery, you can be a man and wear jewellery no matter what you look like, and it doesn't matter. So I'm very happy that I'm able to get this point across, because in Japan they don't care about what people think, they wear what they want to wear and they push the boundaries of being unconventional. So I'm really happy with my model choice, and believe that they really suit the overall look of what I am going for. So that is the first decision. The second decision is, obviously I've already got my 6 pieces which I am intending to shoot for tomorrow, and that will be the 2 necklaces, the webbed ring piece and the 3 small hand jewellery pieces. And I've planned out what I need tomorrow. And thought about the kind of shots that I need. So I need a range of full and close-up shots, so that the reader of the magazine or the customer who's scrolling on the website can see what the jewellery looks like or overall, and also can see the closer details, because there are a lot of fine details, so I'd be doing my work in disservice to not be able to present some of those details. And I've also thought about the kind of poses. So for the website, the poses are more natural and it's all about just what does the jewelry look like. So but so it's more natural, low-key poses, nothing too crazy. Whereas for the magazine spread, it can be a bit more edgy, because editorial shots, they often have a lot of interesting poses that you wouldn't normally be doing every day, but you know, that's the point. You're making it, you're promoting it, you're making it more aesthetically pleasing, more theatrical and dramatic. So I've had to think of some of the poses that he could do for the magazine spread. I want to keep it quite casual because we want the kind of swag of a stylish Tokyo citizen who's into their street style. Like, we want that kind of street style swag, so nothing too like crazy and theatrical, but I thought it would be nice to have maybe some shots where he is sitting on the floor, and just kind of switch it up a bit, with maybe some of his body positions. So that would be good. So then I have suitable shots for the website and for the magazine spread to really promote the work. Another thing I needed to think about was the background, and I decided that, and this fits in with what the model is going to be wearing and how he will be styled. So I want it to be very plain. Plain, I mean, you can achieve a very editorial, successful shot by keeping it simple and plain. So when I was looking through the magazines, there were a lot of like plain white background, black and white shots, monochrome simple shots, and in many ways they were more effective than the busy background setting with a lot going on, and a lot going on in the clothes as well as all the accessories and the background. So I'm going for more of a simple look, a simple, clean, editorial, high quality look. So the background is going to be plain white, or a plain muted light colour, and his clothing is going to be fitting in with the Gothic Lolita colour palette. So he will be wearing all black, and I don't know, I'm going to see how it looks with the clothing tomorrow and the jewellery together, but he might also be wearing dark red shirt or a dark green shirt, because it fits within the colour palette of my pieces and Gothic Lolita. So, but the everything is going to be very plain other than the jewellery pieces, because that is what I'm wanting to stand out, is the jewellery. I'm promoting the jewellery, so I want the jewellery to stand out, but I also want it to look editorial and stylized at the same time. So the way his hair and his beard and himself will be styled, it will be styled to look high fashion and designer and very high fashion model aesthetic, but it will be plain and toned down in order to really make the jewellery stand out. So plain black is a really good shout, because black is very editorial, it's very professional, it's very high quality colour, so you can't go wrong with black. And many of the magazine examples I've looked at have shown and proven that. So, and also with a plain background, it's easier to I will be photoshopping the raw photographs afterwards, and it will be easier to mock up the magazine spread with the writing, and it will just be so much more simpler, and achieve like a really clean look. So I'm very excited. So I've decided that my model will be wearing this shirt, which is basically a long black t-shirt that comes to down about mid-thigh, and that is because the my necklaces, they have a very draped look. They're very dangly, some of the parts, and I want what he's wearing to mimic and fit in with my jewelry in order to complement it. So if his shirt is draping down, it mimics the movement and the shapes of the necklaces draping down. So I think it will complement really well. I mean, I'm gonna have options um, for what he'll wear just in case it doesn't look right, but that is the ideal plan. Also, it's quite a big trend in Japanese street fashion to have these long t-shirts and more of a draped look, so I feel like it really fits in better with that. And I've also thought about layering a long sleeve t-shirt underneath the black shirt, because that is another trend that is common, and another like technique that's commonly used in Japanese streetwear. So we're just keeping with the theme, but always remembering that it has to look editorial and that the jewelry really needs to be shown off. So having decided all this and planned it out, all that's left to do is convey what I'm trying to achieve well to the photographer tomorrow, so that he's able to get the shots that I'm looking for, and also convey what I want to the model really well, so that he's able to model the jewelry in the way that I'm looking for. And after I get the raw shots, I will Photoshop them and mock them up as on the website and on the magazine spread. And obviously, as I'm doing this, I'll be evaluating which photos suit which presentation method more, and I'll be tweaking how I edit them in Photoshop to achieve more of the editorial magazine look, or more of the low-key but still editorial and high quality website look. So yeah, and also it would be good to look at how I tweak things like the lighting and the colours and the kind of saturation of the images to reflect the theme of Gothic Lolita, because it all has to work together as a whole to reflect Gothic Lolita, because that has been the whole aim of everything. So yeah, and I'm really trying to get the customer to buy into this idea. So yes.